What's up, everybody? Episode 84, a day late, but is it really because people listen on their own terms?
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Only my
So,
mom cares. She constantly will text me, "No podcast today."
what are you mad that someone likes it?
No.
I mean, I have no complaints about the fact that your mom listens and the fact that we get one comment on every episode and it's from Michelle. Great show, guys. You know,
Oh, our loyal fans.
it's it's really hard to start something that people like. I mean, I'm very appreciative that we have a few hundred listeners or whatever. I wish it were bigger, but I'm very happy that people keep showing up. The people that show up,
So, yeah.
yeah, you're like, none of my friends know I'm on a podcast. Not one single friend.
No, they do. They really do, though.
Hmm.
They just,
Don't listen.
not a lot of my friends listen to podcasts. So,
Do you think it's because they say things like smoking cigarettes is hot now? Right before we started recording, Hannah goes, "Oh, should we talk about how cigarettes are hot now? Like vaping is out, and cigarettes, like you're hot if you smoke cigarettes." I'd love to
like,
hear this.
okay, so obviously, like my generation was going to be the generation to like kill smoking. Like we were like, we had the DARE program coming in when we're in fifth grade. All of us were like, we're never touching drugs, cigarettes, or alcohol. Obviously, like we all got into alcohol and like, some drugs here or there. But one thing we were all like, absolutely not was cigarettes until college rolls around. Juul comes. And that was like the first big vape between everybody. And then it became like, started developing further and further. And now everybody's on, they have like their Geek Bar or like the Flume, whatever vape device they have. And it is like, so like everyone has it. Within the last few months, though, it has been shifting to where vaping is out. Do you have a pack of cigarettes? That is it now. And I was watching a little clip of a podcast the other day on TikTok, and these two guides were like, guides? Did I just say guides?
You did. You said, guys.
These two guys were literally talking about this. They're like, dude, I don't know what it is, but when I see a girl smoking a cigarette, like immediately 10 out of 10. And I was like,
Ew.
interesting. So,
Do you know what you taste like once you smoke like a cigarette? Like what it tastes like?
most every guy I've been with recently is a cigarette smoker. So,
Wait a second. Every guy recently. How many?
okay, well,
How
it's not a
many?
lot.
I thought you
Not
were.
a
I thought
lot.
you were exclusive with musicians.
I am, but like prior, there was someone I was seeing, big cigarette
There's some
smoker.
holes in this story. There's some holes in this story. There really is. It's great. Every guy I've been with in the last couple of days, it hasn't been that many. It hasn't been that
I
many at
just
all.
mean like, okay,
Do you
the
like the
last,
taste of an ashtray?
but it's not like that.
It's kind of like that. Like I dated a smoker. It was awful.
Yeah. Well, so then I've been trying to quit vaping, right? And then I'm around so many people that smoke cigarettes, and now every so often, now that I'm trying not to vape, I'm like, I'll just have a little cigarette.
Yeah, that's way better.
It's, my justification of it is at least I'm not hitting a vape 24/7 anywhere I want, and it's like, okay, like I have to pick a time, I have to go outside, and it's just like one a day.
But you shower like once a week, girl. Do you know how much you're gonna have to increase showering if you've got cigarette smoke all over your hands? You're gonna have to shower at least twice a week.
I washed my hands very thoroughly
Okay,
this morning.
that's enough.
Yeah,
God
they don't
bless you.
smell.
Listen, it's all good. So I heard your boyfriend got arrested,
What?
Luigi
Oh my god,
Mangione.
my boyfriend. I was like, okay, wait, did I already talk about this? No, I
With
must have not. Wait, was this last week that I said purse dumper left flowers on my car again? Did I say
you,
that already?
yeah, you did that.
Okay, cool. Never mind. Well, yeah, that happened. Anyways, I thought you were like referencing him. I'm like, was it on the news?
Yeah, because that's what it would say, purse dumper.
No, of course I've heard about Luigi. And I don't know, part of me thinks it's not him.
What are you talking about? They busted him with the ID that he used to check into the hostel. They found the fingerprints match, and he had a manifesto about the healthcare industry.
I just think it's a little too like. Wait, why was he still carrying around a manifesto? That's what boggles me. Why would he still be carrying all of that shit around?
He doesn't think like you would think with as much as he thought stuff through. He didn't think stuff through. That's what I think is so amazing to me is whenever there's like this incredibly thought out plan or some really intense, really diabolical scheme, they don't really think about what happens after.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like when you punch someone in the face, you're like, oh wait a second, they get to punch me back. Yikes. And it's just like that. It's like, okay, so he had this crazy plan. He obviously plotted it for a while. He was
Mhm.
gonna, shoot this guy, shoot the health insurance guy. Not saying the health insurance guy was a saint, but he doesn't deserve to be murdered. Are you one of those people who are like, he should have been murdered?
No, obviously, I don't believe in violence in any kind of way, but I I am like obviously like well now people are starting to be like oh fuck maybe we should listen to like what's going on in the world, you know.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, it's like literally like everyone on TikTok is like, is this the pre-French Revolution? Like, are we about to start like a revolution in the U.S.?
But the thing that makes the least amount of sense is he is from a family of multimillionaires. He has
Yeah,
zero worry about money. And he's like, the healthcare system is bullshit. A healthcare system that his grandparents supported wholeheartedly, that left him millions of dollars. He went to an Ivy League school, lived in Hawaii, did whatever he wanted, and he's pissed off about people he doesn't know not having good health insurance? Makes no sense.
but like it does. Like, what if he? Look, if I were rich, I would still give a fuck about whether people had access to healthcare or not.
I'm not saying it like that. Sure, okay, now make me sound like a douche. But I'm saying like just in general, it's just weird that he would. Like he could have done it in different ways. He had $10 million. Why wouldn't he just give $10 million to a bunch of different people or to charities? That's a much
Yeah.
easier way than murdering someone.
Well, I think it was also. I mean, I don't know if you read that he also went through like I guess like some kind of botched back surgery or something. So he
Right.
was I don't know. I guess couldn't deal with it. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, he had a bad back surgery and he couldn't have sex anymore. That's
Yeah.
apparently part of the deal.
Yeah.
But he's sure gonna have some sex in prison. I'll tell you that.
I
You know,
mean, like all my friends are like obsessed with this guy. They're all trying to be like, no, he was with me at 6 a.m. on this day. Like he wasn't there. Like it's honestly the jokes are hilarious
I bet.
about it.
How good looking is that guy?
I personally, I think not my type.
No,
Reminds me of one of my exes actually. Um, but he's a little bit too much of like a pretty boy.
he's too pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's too pretty. Let's not just throw in the fact that he is also, I don't know, a murderer. He murdered someone. And
Yeah.
and like if you're wondering like how dumb this guy is, like think about it. He goes out of his way to make this master plan. He pulls it off. He gets caught at a McDonald's.
Yeah, I
Like
heard that apparently it was because the Greyhound bus he was on stopped at that McDonald's.
mhm.
I don't know if that's true or not. Just random things I read on the internet. But yeah, I was reading some tweets about it the other day, and it was like really funny. It was like, wait, I need to find these because they are
Please,
really funny.
please.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Where is it?
Then afterwards, I want to talk about how Machine Gun Kelly cheated on
Oh
Megan
my
Fox.
gosh. Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, so these are some of the tweets I saw. He's hot as shit. You must have quit. We are about to test the limits of trial by jury. New workout goal is to have a body where after I commit a crime, the media posts my shirtless pics and everyone's like, wow. Um, yeah, those were the good ones that I read.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone was like, remember when Casey Anthony got in trouble for murdering her baby?
Yeah.
but everyone's like, she's so hot. Not get away with murdering a baby hot. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know what else doesn't make any sense? Like, why? I'm sorry. One of the most beautiful creations in the entire world is Megan
Yeah.
Fox.
Hmm.
There's not a man or woman on earth who doesn't go, okay, yeah, wow. Like, I would watch that movie about her being a sex doll because the Netflix one that's out,
Hmm. Yeah.
because just because you can't stop looking at her and just being
Yeah.
like,
No,
what would you
she's
do with?
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's and her body and everything, and like she has kids and her body's still ridiculous. It's crazy. But Machine Gun Kelly, like, why do you what?
It's, I mean, I know people who are very close to them, and I know from like insiders that they had a very, very toxic relationship. Like it was never healthy whatsoever.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm still just like how are you gonna be texting other girls when you're literally with Megan Fox and she's pregnant with your child?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what? The only thing dumber than that would be challenge Eminem to a rap battle. Oh wait, he did that too. What? Come on.
You know, Machine Gun Kelly is the one celebrity I probably see the most often out of
Where?
anyone in LA. Just like the amount of times I've seen him at Barney's, like just out and about, because he's friends with a lot of people I know. But also the first time I met him was in 2018. He had just put out like an album or an EP or something, and he was filming a music video, and someone I went to college with was helping out on set and was like, hey, I need like some girls to be in the background, like, do you want to be in it? And I was like, sure, why not? I'd like just moved to LA, and he was very kind. I smoked a blunt with him, like, yeah, it was super cool. But then literally the music video was about to come out like in a week or two, but instead is when Eminem dropped the diss track about Machine Gun Kelly. So then Machine Gun Kelly discarded all the music videos that he had filmed for this album and instead then dropped the diss track back to Eminem.
He did it first. Didn't he do it first?
Uh,
Because Eminem wouldn't just come at him.
well, I think there was like a mention of it, but then like once Eminem made this whole big deal about it, then Machine Gun Kelly was like, "Oh, I'm scrapping everything I'm doing, and now here's this whole bit back."
Yeah, I don't know. Good for him. Like, quality, good choice, buddy. We'd really think it through.
I mean, it worked for him though in terms of getting publicity.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, it worked for Jake Paul to fight Mike Tyson. Doesn't mean it's good publicity. It is what it is, you know?
I mean, out here though, it's like they always say, bad publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, they say that everywhere, friend. it's,
Okay, whatever.
it's not just here. They say it all over the place. Um, so you're still with musician?
Yeah, but he's not home.
What do you mean he's not home?
I said this last week, or whatever week it was.
Oh, he's with his family.
Yeah, until January.
So so when he's with his family, are you like, what's up, Machine Gun Kelly?
No, and you know what? What's really funny is the other night I had multiple people hitting me up, and I was like, no.
Really?
Yeah.
You're usually very yes.
No. No.
I don't mean it like that, but I'm just saying your stories usually lead to a trail of yeses.
No. Yeah, but when I really like someone like that,
That's it.
yeah.
You're
And
shutting it
like,
down.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for right now, like, I don't like to stray away from that.
Good. That's impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Should we try and talk about some of our topics that we wrote?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Are you excited for the holidays?
No,
Not at all.
no,
Do you shop for anyone?
no,
You literally get no one anything.
no,
Do people get you stuff?
no.
Do you not? Are you Jewish?
I mean, my mom's side of the family is, yeah, but
So you don't celebrate Christmas?
I mean, I do.
Okay.
I celebrate both.
You celebrate both Hanukkah and Christmas,
Yeah.
but you don't participate in gift giving to anyone, and no one gets you anything.
Well, I mean, a girl don't have money to buy anyone anything,
Okay. A
and
girl.
neither do my friends. Uh, my parents usually are just like, here's some money.
That's great.
And yeah, but most of the time I'm like, I'm always broke this time of the year. So most of the time it's like, okay, I'm going to pay for this. And that's your Christmas present months in advance. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Christmas and New Year's in LA, I've never had a good time out here.
It's the month is slow. There's not a lot of entertainment stuff going on. Everything's dead. Everyone's broke, and it's just kind of like the looming. Oh, I hope I can pay January rent sort of vibe.
Yeah, that and it's just yeah, like no one's here and no one's doing anything. Like last New Year's sucked. What did
Right?
I do last New Year's? I don't even remember. It sucked. New Year's before that, actually, the New Year's going into 2023 was okay.
Okay.
Made some bad decisions, but it's fine.
What bad decision did you make, and how have you rectified it?
Okay, I was at this party with a few like in 2021 I was friends with a lot of like up and coming artists
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
I kind of like fell out of that group a little bit. But I still hang out with them every so often, once in a blue moon. So, anyways, I went to a New Year's Eve party with all these people. I ended up hooking up with somebody in a bathroom. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a terrible decision. It was just like, I didn't need to do that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But I've never really had like a really great Christmas or New Year's here.
I get it. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Do you
Like,
make
oh my gosh, wait, sorry to cut you
no, no,
off.
no, 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 no.
New Year's going into 2021 was probably the worst time of my life. I was seeing this guy, and I thought maybe he was going to invite me to a party with him. Nothing. I didn't hear from him. So then I'm like on my way to a party with some girlfriends. I get on my phone and I go on Instagram and I see that he's at a party with another girl. I immediately leave the party I'm at. Mind you, I'd only been at my party for maybe 5 minutes, and I was like, I'm Ubering home. I get home, like all my roommates are like, we're here just like throwing their own party at the house. It was like very chill, low key. I get home and I'm like screaming, crying, like I'm like so no, I'm like actually going insane at this moment in time. And all my roommates are like, bro, this chick's fucking crazy. Um, and then the guy hits me up like 2 days later and it's like, Happy New Year's, my love. And I was like seething. I was like, this fucking dick. What did I do? I ended up going and hanging out with him that night because
uh,
I'm fucking weak. Um, and yeah, then he ended up ghosting me like 2 days later after that.
Super. So it started off with a bathroom hookup and ended with quality decisions.
um, yeah. Well, and then last year when I was seeing Nepo Baby, he ghosted me also too after New Year's. So it's never been a good time.
Damn, girl. I
Yeah.
hope musician guy comes back. Just for one, I hope he comes back, and two, I hope that you can listen to Celtic Thunder with him or whatever it is. Um, so, do you make resolutions?
I try to.
Have you ever had one that stuck?
Um, not really.
So, how like what's an example of some resolutions that you try to make stick? So it's going to be 2025.
Yeah.
What do you want to do in 2025?
I mean, I'd love to get back into working out. That's like a typical one everyone wants to do.
You don't work out? No.
I need to. I mean, I'm in physical therapy right now because like my hips are so out of whack because I'm not working out.
Okay.
Um, yeah, like I would really love to get back into running, even though I fucking hate running. But I sometimes I just feel my body like itching for the like, dude, just go for a jog. Like
Were
you're
you
a lot.
fast? When you played field hockey, were you fast?
I was pretty fast during field hockey or soccer, but then I would do track in the off seasons to just like keep in shape. I
Mm-hmm.
was not fast in track. I mean, granted, people who run track are like really, really fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, I definitely don't keep up with them. But I feel like it was a little bit different. Like when I'm on a field, like running towards a ball or something, there's like that really extra push of adrenaline. Whereas like on the track, you're just like, oh, like I'm just running on a track.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it. It's different in my brain, but
No, I get it. I think I tried to do track. Like I had one of these like terrible realizations when I was in high school. I came from a middle school or like where I was, a big athlete and very, successful because it was a smaller school, smaller
yeah.
whatever. So I was, you know, started the baseball team and football team, whatever. And I went to this college prep school. There's 300 people on our fucking freshman football team. So I was like ninth string or something.
300 people on the football team?
Yeah, freshman. I think actually it was 178 people on
Wait,
the
that's
freshman.
crazy.
Yeah, 178 kids on a football team. And then so I was like, all right, I'm not going to do this. And then the baseball team was the same thing. And I was like, all right. And then finally, like, I'm going to run track. And then, like, the first day, some gazelle ran by me at like 95 miles an hour. And I was like, nope, I guess
Yeah,
I'm going to do drama.
they tried to teach me, they wanted to teach me how to do hurdles. And I was like, y'all are like fucking joking, right? Like I'm
Mm.
4'11. You think I can jump over this? It's actually a sick joke.
That's funny. All
Yeah,
right.
so no.
Okay, let's go to more topics. Um, do you have any predictions for 2025?
Mm. Um, well, okay, last night I was like a little bit high, and sometimes like now when I get high, because I'm not on anxiety meds anymore, so I used to just smoke and be like so functional and just be like, yeah, cool, I'm high. Now when I get high, I have like really crazy existential, like introspective thoughts.
Give me
And
one.
well, like I'm just like, like what am I doing with my life? Like like this is what I need to do to get my ducks in a row. And like this is what I need, like this is how I can do it. And then I'll just sit there and I like look, okay, like for example, I was on Instagram last night and I was a little bit high and I was looking at all like my old posts. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes I wonder like why things haven't happened for me in life as far as like my career success.
Hmm.
And then I like look at like what I'm posting and I'm like, God, like I'm so fucking annoying. Like, and then I go through and I like archive so many things because I'm like, why did I post this? Like, I don't even look good in this. Like, anyways, what I'm trying to get to is I think I'm like on a full rebrand right now, which is why I also think I've been kind of taking a pause with like what I want to do with music because I've known in the back of my brain that I do want to go in a different direction with my sound. And I think I'm just now like it's at the tip of my tongue of like where I want this sound to go. And then
Hmm.
last night when I was like, oh yeah, I need to like fully rebrand. Like I want to break away from this like punk rock stuff and I want to go in a different route, have a little bit of a different image. Obviously, like I just changed my hair
You
and I'm
did?
kind of like, well, I mean, back in like September,
Oh, okay.
or I guess it was August.
Well,
But
it's still like ice cream colored, right?
yeah, but I just mean like it's not half and half anymore. And I think I'm like really finding like which character, which version of me I want to be and portray
Okay. And
with
who's
my
that?
artistry. I think it's just like a little bit less obnoxious and a little bit more like I'm cool and I own my shit and I'm slightly mysterious.
Do you have that voice when you do you
Fuck
switch into that voice?
no.
Okay. So so now you're a little bit mysterious.
I mean, not necessarily, because I'm such an open book, I can't keep my fucking mouth shut. But I just mean it in the way that like my image will be. It's a little bit edgier and darker rather than like middle fingers to the sky.
Yeah, what was that?
I love punk rock.
What was that phase? That I remember like there was a lot of pictures with like I don't understand like the middle finger concept just because just hear me out as a consumer.
Yeah.
Like what makes me like I'm like, oh, here's my friend said the new Little Hannah record was great. Let me look at it. And there's a picture of you and you're like, "Ugh." Like
Look, I don't know. You know when they say like you going through like an emo phase, like they're like, it's not a phase, mom. It was a phase. It was a
yeah.
phase, and I'm over it.
So
I'm
you're over
so
punk
over
rock.
it. Yeah, and like honestly, like I think like had I put out a lot of my music that I had made a few years ago, then I probably would have done really well. And that, who knows if I would have kept sticking with that or if I would still be like wanting to go into a different sound.
Mhm.
But I'm almost a little bit grateful in a way because I'm like, I don't, that's not really the music I want to be making right now. That's not really the image I want to have. That it's not really the, yeah. Yeah, I think I really know what I want to go into right now. I just need to find the right people to work with now.
Sure. Well, yeah, you got to explore. You got to figure out what it is that you want to do, and
Yeah.
you gotta. I mean, the cool thing about it is, regardless of whether or not you found yet or you will find it, that's one of the coolest things I've known about you is your efforts to change and your efforts to grow and find yourself. That's always like it's intriguing.
Yeah.
It's good.
So that's my prediction for 2025 is I'm rebranding.
Okay, your prediction is a rebrand.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sell a TV show, and I'm
Mm,
gonna sell a movie.
okay.
And
Wow.
I'm gonna work on two Writers Guild shows. That's my prediction.
Okay, perfect. I love this.
Yeah.
Do you know what this movie and TV show is going to be about?
Well, I pitched the TV show to have you ever heard of the show Big Brother?
Yeah.
Well, I pitched the TV show. I have this true crime parody show,
Mm,
and it's called True Crimedy, and it's basically just like America's Dumbest Criminals meets America's Most Wanted, and we interview instead of making fun of we like go over the crime, and it's not like murder or like anything to it's just like silly idiotic crimes.
hmm
We go over the crime, we reenact it to our best ability, like improvising based on the facts, kind of guessing what we thought the person was thinking, and we
mm,
interview the person, and we're like, what were you thinking? Like, listen, this isn't who you are, but this is something
yeah.
you did. You really leaned into it, and then we decide whether or not they're worthy of like a gift for, like, you've redeemed yourself, a redemption prize, or if
hmm
they didn't. And I pitched it to this company called Fly on the Wall, which is a production company that does Big Brother. And the
hmm
meeting went really good. I have no idea what it means because, as you know, with television, the concept of television is you come up with an idea, you go back and forth with your manager, you get it to a point, then you make it and turn it into a deck, then you give it to your agent. Your agent sets up meetings with production companies,
Yeah.
and then after you get a meeting with the production company, and you make a deal, and then you guys decide if you're going to make a pilot, or then they pitch it to networks. So the odds of it getting there in the first place is a super long shot.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point where we had a good meeting, so I'm on like the number 3 out of 10, and I'm hopeful. And then the movie I started writing, I've written 3 movies. None of them have been good. They just haven't. Have not. Because I'm always in a hurry and doing it wrong. But
Yeah.
I made an agreement with myself that I would not rush this. I would do it correctly. I would follow the proper structure,
hmm
and it's a fun idea. It's a treasure hunt.
Mm. We
You
love a
know,
good treasure hunt.
everybody loves a treasure hunt. It's just adventure. It's like,
I always used to think, well, growing up, because I lived like, oh my God.
was that a
I
new voice or were you swallow?
I just had a frog in
Sure.
my throat.
Okay.
Um, Growing up, I lived like in the middle of the woods. Obviously, it was like my town was like old Civil War battlefields.
Yeah.
So my friends and I used to go out in the woods and just like look for like random trinkets and things that we would find. And that was always so fun. We would just find like random old coins or things, and
Yeah.
we'd be like, "Whoa, we're gonna find a treasure."
Yeah. Find some slaves. What are you guys doing out here still? It's
Terrible,
safe. It's safe now.
absolutely terrible.
Did you vote?
Yeah,
Do you know that one of the things that was on the bill
yeah,
was about prison slavery,
yeah,
and it failed. Like, they're still
yeah.
allowing it in prison.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I didn't even know it was a thing. And I also don't understand why the rent control thing didn't pass. Who doesn't want rent control?
I don't know.
Like,
I really
how
don't
is
know.
that's so confusing. I wonder if they like went up to people who weren't very smart, gave them $100 and been like, here, vote for this. I wonder if that worked. I have no idea.
Who
All right,
knows?
let's see what other random topics we can talk about today. Do you know what I was thinking?
Hmm.
Like, I don't think that there could be a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in 2024
Why?
because your generation would get all butthurt and be like, just because he has a red nose doesn't
No.
mean
Oh,
he's
come on.
different. He's a
No, no,
normal
no. We're
reindeer.
okay. Like a lot of yeah, people have gotten soft, but come on, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No way. He's just like all the other reindeers. No, he's not. He's got a fucking nose for a headlight. Like, he's fucking. It's come on. Doesn't make any sense. And I also wondered, like, do you think there's like a reindeer union that like some reindeer are in it and some aren't? They're like, this is bullshit. I'm not paying dues. I work for
Yeah,
Santa.
I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
All right. Thanks for helping out on that topic. What about, okay? What if you were to rebrand Santa? Like, what would be a cool 2024 rebrand of Santa? Because think about it. Again, your generation probably hates him because it's like he's an old guy. He
No,
shows
everybody loves Santa.
well, you would because you would totally date Santa, and here's why. No, here's why. He never calls ever, never calls. He shows up after midnight. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
he does.
my God.
He breaks in. I'm sorry. Who's familiar with that scenario? He breaks in, then but then he gives you a gift, and then he's like, "See you next year. Bye." Yeah. So I'm sorry you're so mad at me right now because I am so right. All if Santa wore skater shorts, you would totally date him. That's all there is to it. You'd be like, I deserve Santa. And he'd be like, it's so good to see you, Hannah. Bye. You'd be like, he said it was good to see me. And then you'd come over to your friend's house who are having like a regular Christmas. And you'd be like seething. And you'd be like, where the fuck? I saw Santa on someone else's roof.
Oh my
And you'd be going
God.
bananas. And then like 2 days later, he'd be like, Merry Christmas, my love. And you'd be like, fucking sit. And then you'd be at his house. You'd be hanging out. You'd be like, what's up, Rudolph? And Rudolph would be like, what are you doing here?
That would be a really great little sketch idea. That's
Hannah,
really funny.
Hannah and Santa.
Just like Santa's my type of guy.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a womanizer. You know, Santa has so many additional hoes. Think about it.
Please. How
Dude,
many of that
just
hoes is he hooking up with?
so many hoes. And he's like to his wife, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going all over the world. You think she's just not like, go ahead. Fuck your whores. Fuck your whores. I'll be here making cookies.
Yeah, crazy.
That is a great idea. That's a really funny idea for a movie. Santa Gigolo. He just shows up and he's like, what's up? Good morning, Becky.
Well, have you seen the trailers for like the Santa movie it's like an action movie though?
Oh, with The Rock?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm sure it's great.
I'm not gonna lie, the trailer seemed a little enticing, but I was like,
Yeah, Chris Evans and The Rock saving Christmas. All right, cool. Why not? All right. Well, this was a good chatter. Should we do one more before holidays, like one more next week, and then shut it down until after Christmas?
yeah.
Okay. And you're not going anywhere, are you?
Fuck no.
Okay.
If
All
I
right.
do, I'll let you know. But as of now, I'm here.
What if musician guy like messaged you and he's like, hey, I'm gonna fly you to my hometown to hang out. Would you be like it
I'd be there
in a second?
in a second.
You'd shower and everything, wouldn't you? You would totally shower. Oh my God, did you just snort? I love it. That's the best part of our podcast.
I take 2 showers.
2 showers. It's amazing. Would you shower when you got there too?
Yeah. Oh my God. It'd be squeaky clean.
I love that you laugh snorted. I've known you forever. That's the greatest.
Oh my gosh, I do it all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to incorporate that. All right, tell everybody the stuff and try to do it in 6 different voices.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's a lot of pressure. I gotta just like go with the flow, you know?
All right, I'll count.
Okay. All right. If you're on YouTube listening to this podcast and you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, maybe comment down below if you'd like to hear anything from us next. You can follow us on Instagram. We've both got our own Instagrams. We've yet to have a podcast Instagram. Don't know what that's about. And wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, just give us a listen. Tell us what you think and enjoy. See you next week.
That's good. Good job. It started off like British and ended up Eilish. All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.